So my niece is getting married in a couple months, and since the shop is actually usable, I figured it'd be cool to make them something that they could use forever. My wife and I still use this cutting board we were given 20 years ago when we got married, but I decided to up the ante on this a little bit. How about an end grain pattern cutting board? I picked out a pattern that didn't look too complicated, and so I started the process. I dried some maple slabs a while back, so I went ahead and cut those down into squares, then put them through the joiner. The only thing left here was to mark the sides I wanted to plane, and then send them through the planer to flatten them out. I need to make a table saw sled, but that's a problem for another day. So here I just use the chop saw to cut these into small pieces. This works fine as long as you let the saw stop and then pull the piece out. If you try to raise the saw while it's still spinning, a lot of times it'll tear out the pieces a little bit. As I started stacking these, I really began to question my thinking on this. Like the pattern, the actual effort that was going to be involved in putting this thing together. Maybe I should have glued them long ways and made some templates so that they would fit. Would have been easier on the glue up because I knew a hellish glue up was coming. So to continue the pattern, I found some walnut in the right thickness and ripped it down into squares. Then it was back to the old trusty pattern: joint, plane, cut. This is where it really started to sink in. I didn't want to put the grain in just any pattern. I kind of wanted them to go from the inside out, kind of like a hurricane, I guess. So I took a lot of time making sure that these built out from the center. This is probably something that will be lost in translation at the end of it, but I just needed to have it done that way. Also around this area is where I realized this thing is absolutely going to suck to glue up. This thing is just, I don't know what I was thinking. So I decided to make a jig on two sides. That way I could adjust the inside by a screw and then clamp on the outside. Was this the best way to make this cutting board? Probably not. But it's my first one, so it can only get better from here, right? The basis of this thing was pretty simple. Clamps on the outside, use the screws to be able to adjust the inside clamping pressure for each little individual cavity. Here I took these axle hat nuts and then took a piece of metal rod and hammered in there. That way the screw would move along freely inside of it and seat on it. So here's where it really hit. I at first was kind of taking my time gluing these, being real methodical about it. And then as time went by, I realized I really needed to get this done because this glue is drying and I am not going fast enough. So at some point, I almost abandoned the roller at this point and just started slapping the glue on. I got to a spot where I decided, hey, I better glue this up and get everything squared away before it dries in an awkward position. Even though you can't see it here because I'm a terrible YouTuber, I put a glove on my hand, poured some of that glue into a tray, and absolutely just started slapping it on these. Forget the roller, forget all that stuff. I made a hell of a mess, but the last half of this glue up went pretty quick. So I got here, and I thought, man, I'll just run this thing through the planer. Oh, it's an end grain cutting board. And even though this planer is great, it decided to take some of the end out. Luckily, most of the bad parts were on the outside piece that was going to be cut off anyway, so I switched over to the drum sander. This day was a nice day out. Had a friend over and we decided to tackle the juice groove on this thing. We first whipped up a jig to put on the outside. We figured this would clamp to it, and then all we had to do was guide the router around it. We had seen this done 100 times on YouTube, but that first time you plunge cut in there and you've never done one, yeah, it's a little unnerving, but once you get going, it's smooth sailing from there. Maybe I should have said once you get into the groove. After doing a few test pieces between roundover and bevels, just decided to bevel the edges on this. Still riding on the high from the other pieces cutting right. We just made 2 marks on this and just freehanded it. I used a little smaller drill bit than the groove, wrapped some sandpaper around it and used it to smooth out the inside. There were a few pinholes left in this. I put some tape around them and just filled them full of glue and wood. The final thing I needed to do was finish this thing with some tung oil. Spoiler alert, I've never really used tung oil, so if it's wrong, I'll blame it on half the videos on YouTube. I've still got a couple weeks worth of finishing on this thing, but I'll just show it off anyway because I'm going to work on some other projects while it's drying. I learned a whole lot during this process. That stuff I can use in the future if I'm going to make another cutting board or whatever, But the general underlying thing was this pattern was complicated and it wasn't easy to glue it in one big long section and then cut it into smaller pieces, so it made it exponentially more tricky to glue up. We're to that part of the video where I hit you with the pitch. If you made it this far in the video, like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, maybe like and subscribe anyway, and then later in another video you can throw shade at it. That sounds fun.